Well, hey there, it's Adam Smith, and as you can see, I'm joined by my buddy DJ Bridwell today. DJ, it's good to see you.
Yeah, you as well. Thanks for having me on.
I'm excited about year number 2 of the Trails of Tales Songwriter Festival, returning to Deadwood, South Dakota, October 16th, 17th, and 18th. You had this dream of a songwriter festival that really showcases the regional talent. And here we are at year number 2. Number 1 must have been a huge success.
Oh, you were there, but
Yeah.
yeah, number one was a huge success. We learned well. I guess we kind of went in it blindly, but with the Wild West Songwriter Fest going on already in town, we thought that we would give more to Deadwood and some of the artists obviously not being up there or around that area a lot, bringing them to experience it too. But yeah, one of the cool things is that Alex came back with notes of people said they love this, people said they love this, people said they didn't like this, which was very few, but we took all that into consideration moving into year 2. And last year we went up with 20 artists and 67 performances. This year we are at 38 artists. And by the time it's all said and done, we can easily count for slotted spots right now at 165. We should be at the 200 mark by the time that the weekend ends.
With that, that's amazing. That's a whole lot of music. That's a lot of stories, a lot of songs, some great artists. You probably had to expand and add some stages to make this work.
We did. We took the Eagle, I guess, kind of split up last year. So they put a casino and then like a merch store in there. So we kind of lost that one main bigger venue. So in order to make it work, we had to find more stages. We went up there in August to try to finalize all of our details. And when we did that, we picked up the Celebrity. Ken was gracious enough to give us a spot over there. And so he's actually actively involved with the Wild West Songwriter Fest as well. So we're going to kind of switch stages there at later in the day, Friday and Saturday. And then the Wild Bill Bar, which ironically, it kind of pulled up in my Snap memories 2 years ago today. You had done a commercial for Dylan and I heading up there for the Wild West Songwriter Fest, playing at the Wild Bill Bar. So it's kind of come full circle for us a little bit now. So,
well, I'm excited to be coming back for year number 2. We had such a great time last year. It's still centered around the Nugget and the Brothel Bar, so we get to hang out with our friends from those 2 great venues too, right?
Absolutely. The Nugget, kind of our flagship venue, if you will, and then of course the Brothel Bar, which is just a tad bit bigger. Both the staffs and in that place were ultimately the reason that we wanted to bring back year 2 or year 3 or however far this goes. But excited to hang out with those guys. We've got a lot of cool things to share with not only the artists this year, but the venue owners themselves, and kind of got some keepsakes and stuff too for everybody. So.
Well, we mentioned that the Trails of Tales Songwriter Festival specializes in showcasing regional talent and the songs that they wrote. But what are some other things that make this particular festival kind of stand out among other things that are going on?
So as everybody knows, and I'm not downgrading anything because it could happen on our end, if we decide to make I guess a different approach with the Trails of Tales in the future. But the one cool thing about it is right now is it's more about showcasing the songwriting and not a competition, developing camaraderie between a bunch of artists. And one cool thing that we've seen, and we've got some group chats going on between everybody that were complete strangers there last year, now seemingly best of friends. They share shows, they're writing songs together, they're flipping song ideas back and forth amongst each other, and overall just supporting and promoting. Luke Mills and I talk about this all the time, that back when we started the Gunslingers deal, it kind of seemed like that Nebraska, in particular, the Nebraska music scene was kind of at everybody stand in a separate corner. Whereas now I feel that there's just we're stronger as one kind of thing. And we're kind of showing off that where we want everybody to succeed. We want everybody to help everybody. There's room for everybody. There's room for every style of music that you want to play. I mean, most of this specializes around the country music scene, but it's not discrediting anyone. We've got rocker friends. I was a rocker way before. So, I mean, I just like seeing the friendships and the bonds that everybody gets out of that deal. And I feel that is unique to the Trails of Tales. I'm not saying that people aren't making friends in other songwriting fests. That's inevitable. But the amount of time over 3 days that everybody gets to spend around each other, you have no choice. Because we are around each other 24/7 for 3 or 4 days straight.
I'm going to double down on that just a little bit. In being there last year and talking with the folks at the Nugget, and also talking with the fans that came out and listened to the performances and listened to the songs, that was the feedback we got. It's like, you guys are just, it's like you're hanging out with your best friends and having a great time, and we love this. Thank you for including us.
It is. And I got to, while I'm on here, this is the most important thing I got to do besides the artist, but Dean Schaefer, him and I have always been buddies, if you will. And when I left last year, him and I had a conversation before we got on the road about the success that we had and stuff like that, and how well we worked together. And this year, I needed more than just me and Alex doing it. I mean, and Dean has absolutely busted his tail completely behind the scenes at the moment, and you know what he's got it up his sleeve for Deadwood as well is next level stuff. And so, huge shout out to Dean Schaefer Productions, and I couldn't do it without him. That's 100% true.
One of the best in the biz, that's for sure. Who are your other supporters, sponsors of the event?
Yep. So we have what we consider our anchor sponsor, which would be Bill Summers Ford Nissan Honda out of North Platte. And then, of course, Hero Stock, which, if anybody knows anything about me, I love giving back to the vets. And so they're going to be up there with a merch booth too, I believe, set up next to our merch booth. And stop by, see Jason and the crew. I know Robin, Bill Summers, they'll both be up there. Of course, Robin's kids, Drew and Liv, are playing up there. And then we have Phi Jack, which of course is Phi Jack Entertainment Coalition, which is Luke Mills, CR Pendleton, and a whole host of others. And then of course DSP and KR92 or KR92.3.
Yeah, we appreciate being a part of it. DJ, it's free. We should mention that. No ticket is needed to come out and enjoy the music. Support the artists in any way you can. There'll be Venmo links. There'll be merch. There'll be ways that you can help out. But maybe talk about the artists. There were some favorites last year that will be returning, and then some new voices that you're adding to the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had, out of returning artists, I want to say that we probably had 15 returning artists. Um, some of those being not so local, like Eli Ray, Aubrey Dale, Russ Brown, a little bit farther out. Of course, Russ is from Nebraska, and I got a 45 county Russ. But then we have Todd Kiefer, biggest vocals in the room, and Casey Cameron coming back. He's got to take off early. He's got some guard duty that weekend. And um, Dylan Bloom, Luke Mills, myself, and then some of the new faces that we have this year out of Grand Island, Nebraska, Anthony Sedgevia. I'm extremely excited for him. Um, Tim Zock is coming up there for the first time. He missed out last year. I think he had a booking or something like that and wasn't able to make it, but I'm excited for him to be up there. And then, Nathan Wade. And what's this? Who's this Nate Smith guy everybody keeps asking me about? They said he's some big rock star on the radio, and
Is
they've
that
heard
is
all of
that
his songs.
well? That's the guy that got nominated for the CMA Awards, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that's him.
different Nate Smith. My little brother is going to be there out of
Yeah,
Newcastle, Wyoming. He's got a band called Nate Smith and the Cattywampus Band, and excited that he gets to be a part of it too.
yeah, and I stuck him on a stage. Of course, you and Clayton are our two MCs. Clayton Everhart out of Colorado. And I met him. He actually booked me for an original showcase type deal at his house, and he brought some Nashville songwriters out there. Karen Waldrop, which is Trisha Yearwood's biggest songwriter. I got to play a show with her, and he's really tied into that music scene and original music. Loves absolutely giving back to that, and I'm excited to have both of you guys kind of helping everybody along in those venues this year too. So thank you
Hey,
both.
oh, you bet. The bigger the family, the better. And we hope that everybody will come be a part of it. Again, it is coming up on the 16th, 17th, and 18th in October, and centered right around the Nugget, the Brothel Bar, the Celebrity, and the Wild Bill Bar, kind of in the same vicinity there on the Strip in Deadwood. And it's free, so just come on out and enjoy the tunes.
We didn't. I don't think there was one person that regretted their decision of going there last year, and at least that's what I'm going to hold myself to is believing that. But no, it's an awesome time. Incredible artists. Everybody donating their time. This year we had pre-sales on shirts. I don't know if I sent this to you this morning, but the final tally, we sold almost $5,700 in pre-sale shirts amongst 38 artists. So pretty huge success to get us started off on the right foot. We have 7 days and we'll be parked in the streets of Deadwood and setting all the stages for what's about to happen next weekend.
Going back to your original statement, it might be one of the only times people have left Deadwood without regrets.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that I didn't have certain ones, and I believe in Aubrey Dale's post that we put on Facebook for on the Trails of Tales page. Go follow that, by the way. You can keep up with the artist, but she put in there. But so, what are you looking forward to most out at Trails of Tales this year? She said, besides the hangovers. So, no, it was a cool experience, and I hope that if there's anybody out there that's got free time and weekends, or even just go follow these artists. You don't even have to be necessarily in Deadwood. There is a great group of artists and great things happening inside of not just Nebraska. We're representing, I think, 6 or 7 states this year. Tennessee, Wyoming, Nebraska, South Dakota, Colorado, Tennessee, Kansas, and maybe that's it. That might be Montana. There we go.
Well, if you like to interact with the artists that you see on stage, if you want to get to know them as people, this is the festival you need to come to. The Trails of Tales Songwriter Festival. Just put the dates up again, October 16th through the 18th in Deadwood, South Dakota. DJ, looking forward to it. Thank you for kind of running through the setup for this year with us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of surprises. So don't think you're done yet, Adam.
All right. There we go. We'll see you next week.